Sometimes within your automation processes, you're going to need to determine if something's in session to control the logic and workflow of things within Nitro-CELL. And the easy way to do that is to use something called a in session BOOLEAN command. Now, the in session command for the normal model in session produces a string result. This actually produces a Boolean, which is a true false condition in Excel. So if I put in like box.prt here, and this does need a worksheet and cell to write to, so I'm going to create a new worksheet here. We'll use that name as our worksheet to write to, and I'll just stick this at like B5. Now, I'm going to go check in Excel and Creo here just to make sure that there's nothing in session. So this should produce a false. When I press the do it button and we take a look at the result, it did in fact produce a false. And you can tell it's a Boolean in Excel because it is kind of automatically centered. If it was a piece of text like this, then it would look a little bit more kind of left justified. So it is important to kind of be able to visually recognize the difference between a string and a boolean. You can also come up here and look at the default formatting that's set up for how that information is written. So let's go take a look at an assembly here and open up our speaker assembly. So this actually has a component in it called basket.prt. I'm going to open up from in session, let's say the cone. So now let's go ask this if a basket.prt is in session. So even though this active model here is a cone, it does say that in session that model does exist. This will also work with wildcards. So if we said s*.prt, for example, and ran that, it would come back and say, yeah, there are parts in session that start with an S, and you can see that we have quite a few here. Another nifty thing you can do with this is if you do have drawings, for example. So this is just a template drawing, but that should be in session now. So if I said, okay, star.drw, whoops, do I have any drawings in session at all? And it would come back and say, yes, there is a drawing in session. And if we just confirm that, we can see that, in fact, there is at least one drawing there.